As electrification continues to gain steam with the current administration, what's the cost of owning and even repairing electric vehicles? It's something John Phipps explores this weekend in John's World.
I will be talking more about repairing machinery and the right to repair issue later in the show. But related to that is the cost of repair debate regarding BEVs and ICE vehicles. As the tiny number of electric cars trickle out in the U.S. fleet, multiple attempts have been made to compare the cost of ownership and, more specifically, the cost of maintenance for these new machines. It's hard to put much stock in these numbers, though. The number of BEVs is very small. These are the earliest technology, and a couple of years is too short to approximate a car's lifetime expenses. Luckily, we do have an entire country to act as the test case for this experiment, Norway. Last year, 80% of all cars sold in Norway were BEVs. Norway's about the size of California, but with only 5.5 million people, so the government has been working hard to install charging stations to ease the range anxiety. The trickiest problem has been high-density housing, like apartments, where parking is already a premium, let alone parking with a charger. Gas stations like, oddly enough, Circle K are adding high-speed chargers and lucrative additional dining areas for people waiting. Early reports are some consumer confusion on how to operate the charging kiosk, not unlike the introduction of self-serve gas pumps or self-checkout at stores. Coffee and snack sales are way up, though. Their power grid shows little sign of strain as most BEV owners charge at night because electricity is a lot cheaper. To my surprise, even heavy construction machinery is beginning to be introduced, mostly for urban areas where regulations are very strict. Even with a relatively small proportion of BEVs in their fleet, there are already some obvious but largely unanticipated outcomes. City residents quickly noticed the difference in air quality and, most notably, noise. EVs will likely have their biggest impact in large cities. There haven't been mass mechanic layoffs either. Whether that continues to be the case is unknown, since ICE repair demand cannot be compared fairly to new BEVs yet. The biggest change has been for car dealers, as empty showrooms have far fewer ICE vehicles, clearly because they won't be sold after 2025. The switch has upended the car sales ranking, with Tesla, Volkswagen, and now relatively inexpensive Chinese brands replacing traditional manufacturers. Thanks to places like Norway and China, a lot of arguments about the comparative advantages between the two technologies will soon be grounded in real-world data.
Thank you, John. A unique look at a John Deere Bee. We're off to Oklahoma for Tractor Tales next.